they want to scrap the agency social workers. That's
basically,
what they want to do.
yeah. Like, the needs. It's cost of living. Cost of living. It's cost of living crisis. Hello. Everything's gone up. Agency social worker paid to be capped to that of... Oh, guys! You need to introduce your channel.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm not really going to say the full introduction today because you know what it is, you know what it do, you know what it is. We have Shells back, obviously, because you know, social work duo and all of that, social work content, and yeah, what you guys love.
I was supposed to do, but you know what? My hands can't look at my have to stop
Straighten this.
I can't do it. Look. Okay, wait.
This is what you guys love. But anyways, and obviously I'm coming back on YouTube and whatever. Let's just cut to the chase. This video, as you guys can tell by the description of the video, we're speaking about the fact that community care, or whoever it is, they want to cap agency social workers' pay to what permanent staff gets paid, and we're here to talk about our views on it, what we think about it. Is it going to make us go permanent? What impact is it going to have on us? Yeah, just a chit chat really. We haven't really spoken about it. We've read about it. We're just like, okay, whatever, but we haven't spoken about it like in depth. So here you go. So let me tell you exactly what they said. So they've said that agency social workers' pay will be capped to that of permanent staff, and basically what they're saying is they're proposing that they're proposing a lot, which I can't really get into, but I'm going to put the link down below. Part of what they're proposing is a requirement for social workers who graduated in or after April 2024 to have a minimum of 5 years post-qualified experience working with children's social care and completing your ASYE before you get an agency post. That's number one. Number two, they're saying a ban on agency project teams. We will touch on each of them, but this is the second thing. They've also said that councils do not engage agency social workers for a period of 3 months after they have left a substantive. What does that mean?
Like it has to be a lot of, like they have to have been there for a lengthy period or something.
So that councils do not engage agency social workers for a period of 3 months after they have left a substantive. That's a shit word.
I love that word.
Substantive. That's not a word that you find me using. Yeah, it's
substantive.
I like substantiated. I use that a lot.
Yeah, it has not been substantiated.
That's literally what we rent. But
substantive, loads of
substantive role within the same region. A requirement for a minimum of 6 week notice. Okay, cool. Okay, that's increased.
But 6 weeks though is a lot if you're contracting. 6 weeks, that's the same as a perm. Perm even have to give like maybe 2 months.
Wait, pause. Save that.
I'm gonna save that.
Okay, so those are like the main points. They've proposed other things as well, which you can read about, but those are the 3 main points we're going to touch on in this video. So let's just get right into it. So the first one is the fact that they want social workers who graduated in or after 2024 to have a minimum of 5 years post-qualified experience before you get to agency. What I think about that, like, I think 5 years is a long time. I think maybe say 3 years, but 5 years is actually a long time before, because a lot of people actually get professionally confident after like 2 to 3 years, and you feel like, okay, no, it's time for me to go. And say, for example, you're like, you get into the role to earn money, and you get into the role quite late, in like probably like at the age of 40, let's say. So you're saying you have to wait until the age of 45 before you start collecting them coins. Like, deep it.
It's like literally starting you from the bottom, and you're at the bottom for a very long time. That's what it will feel like.
That's crazy. Like, because we went agency after like 3 years of our career, which I feel like is okay. That was all right. That was fine. 1 year was a bit.
I think 1 year is a rush.
Yeah. I think the good side of it is, I can't even say there's any good side, because 5 years is long. 5
years is long, yeah. But what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to prevent like people moving around. They're trying to prevent like, you know, you get some shit agency workers. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry guys for swearing, yeah.
You do.
But you absolutely get some. Just because they're agency, it doesn't mean they know what they're doing. They're just in it for probably the money. Like you have people like us who we moan about our job or whatever, and we come in here, we rant, but we actually do our jobs to a really good high standard. And obviously we're getting paid for it. But you actually have some very, very poor agency staff who don't care. They'll literally just come in, just do whatever, take the mick, and then they're gone, hand their notice in, and then they're in another local authority. And I think that's what they're trying to...
But what happens to those social workers is a lot of local authorities get rid of them quickly. But the problem is there are some local authorities that need those social workers because they can't recruit. Yeah. So what will they do then?
I mean, those sorts of social workers need to go through retraining. They need reharnessing, reprogramming.
It's a very difficult one because, yeah, for the shit social workers, you need to go and train properly and just get your... Because we don't get training and stuff like that in the agency. You have to pay for your own. But permanent, they actually help you.
And invest.
They invest in you and they want you to grow. So they actually need to go back. They kind of nurture you a lot more in permanent roles as opposed to agency roles. But 5 years.
5 years of nurturing is a long time. I can't imagine like.
Remember, your degree is 3 years.
It's 3 years, so you're basically doing another additional 5 years of studying. No, they need to give you a certificate at the end.
And you're getting like 2K in your account every month.
Yeah, no, they need to give you a certificate
in this economy.
At the end of it. At the end of that 5 years, I need another diploma. Diploma part 2, because 5 years is a long time. I hope that they would increase the amount that you get paid yearly or per annum each year, like or like a procurement or something.
It won't get to 40K. Let's be real. For
no,
social
it wouldn't.
Workers, it won't.
It wouldn't. But I would hope that they would say as some form of incentive. You know how they used to give like bonuses and stuff. So
yeah,
maybe
we used to get what was it? We used to get. We used to get 2 payments: market retention, and something else.
Yeah.
Then they took away market retention, and
you just kept your.
You just have your pay. Yeah. Now they've taken that away, so I don't know what exactly they want to pay. Are they going to increase the salary with this proposal? If they do that, to be honest, the pay is still crap. Still crap. Let's be real. Because what that means is you can't get if you want to buy properties, you can't get a certain type of property. Because especially when you're doing it by yourself, because you just have to
be humble.
Cut your coat. You need to cut your coat. That is crazy. So I don't know. That's really limiting. It's very, very limiting. And when you think about corporate jobs where you can earn like as much as £500 a day, it's like, what am I doing in social work? I feel like that would actually make people even question their lives, because the economy is tight, and on top of that, you're saying I can't earn more in my job. You don't have that option until you hit 5 years. That's wild.
No, I think they're really trying to retain staff, because also, just off the cuff of that, there was another report whereby ASYE people, so social workers, had basically left after a year or within a year of them doing their ASYE. So a part of that, I think, is to retain staff, because a lot of people do leave social work for all the reasons we've mentioned in our previous videos, and they can't hack it anymore when they go. So I think that 5 years is like, A, we're trying to keep the staff, like you need to have that training. C, we're trying to retain the staff, and B, you ain't trying to leave this local authority anytime soon so you can go into agency and go elsewhere after we've invested in your ASYE, we've invested in training and blah blah blah. So I can see 5 years, it sounds long, but if you think about it, ASYE, you do that for a year, then you're not really fully confident until maybe year 2, year 3. So an additional 2 years of like training and support and development might be a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's probably good sides of it. I think in
5 years, like everything, like
okay, in terms of like when it comes to the job, what you do for families, how the local authority grows, the Ofsted stuff, everything, it's good for the local authority, because obviously the social worker's there for longer, relationships are built for longer, they'll sustain for longer, there's consistency with workers. yeah, it's good for local authorities, but they're forgetting about people's personal lives. Like people, we get jobs because we make plans in our lives. They want this job to be your life. They want you to be stuck there and put your life on hold until they get to where they need to get to before then 5 years later, then you can do
what you want to do, essentially.
It's low key. Okay,
entrapment.
Okay, this is okay. I'm reaching, yeah, but it's low key taking away from your human rights because low key.
How is it high key? Tell me. Tell me how is it? No, explain.
Low key because just because I want a job and this is a job that I studied in, you're now making decisions for me. I can't do anything else. I can't earn more. I can't decide to earn more. Whereas other jobs, there's permanent agency and I can go at any time. I can switch between. But social work, they're saying 5 years later, then you can earn more if you want. It's low-key saying, I don't know.
Entrapment.
It's entrapment.
Yeah.
It is entrapment. It really is. But the second point, no, I don't know. I personally don't know how I feel about that. Because deep it, when we wanted to leave, yeah.
Imagine if there was like,
we still had 2 more years. Yeah, how would you feel?
I would be dragging my heels every day to the office. Every single morning, I'll be booking an AM visit up until 12 p.m. Fully well knowing I'm lying in my bed until 9 and going to one visit.
Yeah,
I would literally just finesse it to make it work around me.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I would resent my manager every day. I would resent the organisation. I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just be there causing as much stress in the office as possible. Like, laughing in the kitchen. Like, we used to get in trouble for laughing in the kitchen, you know. Like, we would once... we were told we're laughing too loud. Can you imagine? You're laughing too loud in the kitchen.
There is you're laughing too loud, but...
Excuse me, it's my lunch break.
But I honestly feel like that doesn't...
No, but they actually said that. The demographic, right? Yeah. We were literally told we were laughing too loud. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That's another story for another day because honestly, I feel like when... Okay.
You don't know...
Yeah,
you're sitting
but that's
there.
Another story.
That is, we've digressed.
But the second point we need to touch on is the fact that they want to ban they want to ban agency project teams. What project teams are? Say for example, a local authority is in a complete mess and they need saving instantly because Ofsteds come in or they just need to get their act together. Say for example, they've reached that point where people have left the local authority, they've got 2-3 social workers in the team, high caseloads. When I say high caseload, I'm talking like 50 children, like crazy stuff's happening, or there's an influx of issues that's just come to that area and there's too much to do. Then that's what it's like, it becomes a project to tackle that issue. So that's when they pay agency social workers way more money than normal agency social workers for you to come and clean up the mess. That's what project teams are.
Yeah.
What will they do without project teams?
Or just off that, it could be like just say we have like an influx of children who are asylum seeking children.
Literally.
Yeah, and there's so many, the LAC team can't cope.
Like the Ukraine stuff, for example.
And they need assessors or whatever. You just like hire a team for like maybe it might even just be like a 6 month, 3 months
just
even.
To help them quickly.
Just to help them relieve. Bash out, bish bash bosh, bosh bash
because
bish.
It's going to be too much on the current social workers. So they bring them in. So what will they do without project teams?
They're not thinking.
They're not thinking. They're literally not thinking.
They're not thinking because. But the thing is, in any service or anywhere you work, let's say even if it's Christmas in M&S, you're getting your Christmas staff to come and help do because we know that everyone's running to the shop.
Students and whatever.
They're not thinking.
They're not thinking. It's gonna sink like sinking sand. It's going to sink like a flippin' ship. Titanic is gonna crash.
No, that is actually. I didn't even think of that. Like I actually was thinking.
What are they gonna do with that?
Yeah, no. In other like job sectors, wherever, when it gets to a certain time, you've got temp roles, temp in because we know it's either exam season. We need a lot of admission people to clear through this. We've got people coming to the shops during this festive period, so we're going to have loads more customers, so you always meet the demand. So social workers, they're just trying to cut costs.
It's like they want us to die and suffer. They want us to die.
They want it to be permanent and they want us to suffer.
Because the impact that would have on your current social workers would be absolutely crazy because it's already crazy. So if you put all that work on your current, what will happen to your current? They will all be off sick. If everyone's permanent, everyone's going to go off sick. Then what?
Yeah, but they haven't thought about that, actually. Wait, no. But quickly,
we're here when everyone's sick.
Right. No, but they haven't fought yet. No, but look deep it yet. Literally, at least, I swear down, I've worked in teams where at least 50% of the team are off sick.
Yeah.
So if you're not hiring agency staff who
Or
actually...
off for stress for 6 months, 3 months.
Literally. Or they do that for 3 months and they come back for 2 weeks and they go back off again. Which, mate, I'm telling you, if I was permanent right now, I'll be flexing that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
100%.
You have to utilise
your privileges.
There we go.
Yeah.
However, what would they do? Would they just leave it to the other permanent staff that are there and then let them become sick and then wait until the other ones come back? Like, how do you actually keep the service running? Again...
They're not thinking.
Yeah, no
I don't think they're thinking straight. They're thinking more about their pockets. This is what I say about social work all the time. They think about statistics. They think about, what's the word that they use? Budget.
Yes.
And I'm like, I get that. But it's social work. So we have... real economic, not even economical issues, but real life issues that's beyond that. But in the in-house, in local authorities, they're thinking about budgets and statistics. And they need to come out, someone needs to come out of that and think about these families, because the families are going to suffer. They're actually going to suffer. Like, they are going to suffer, because if your worker's not doing X, Y, Z for you because of the lack of capacity,
then they're
or
likely,
the social worker's too stretched, or your social worker's sick, they're not thinking about social work.
They're not thinking about the whole grand scheme is to obviously try and support families and to alleviate those stresses. But if your workers are stressed and they can't even do their job to the best of their capacity because you're making cuts on project teams or you're reducing the amount of workers that are coming in, then it's always going to impact your service user, period. That's just the end of it. There's not even a debate. I can't even come to a pro with like banning the project teams. That, okay, maybe you'd upskill social workers who are already there and they will just know how to maybe manage families who are coming from abroad or wherever, but I can't think of any apart from upskilling. I can't think of anything else.
There's nothing, because these social workers that actually do the project stuff, the project work, they're actually quite special. Because I've never been a project social worker. You haven't, because it's gonna you're coming to clean up the mess. They'll pay you a huge amount of money. For example, I've been offered £55 an hour. There was one in my email, £60 an hour. Another one in my email, £50 an hour. But that's because they know the level of work and stress,
intensity as well.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to relocate. There was one that they were saying that I had to
do a lot of relocation packages, like you can literally live there
in Dover, or whatever, just to
a hotel for a week, and then you're literally there, clear it up, and then Bob's your uncle, you go back to your normal life.
Yeah, so how can they get rid of that? There aren't a lot of social workers that do it anyway.
There aren't. I don't know many, because it's just it's very few and far between.
Yeah.
And it's like when it happens, it happens. And most people have families, they have lives, they need stability, they need they can't just get up and go and live in a hotel.
So the people that do it, they're quite special.
Yeah, or they're dedicated to the cause.
And they're missing that.
Literally.
It's crazy. But anyway, the next point is that councils do not engage agency social workers for a period of 3 months after they've left a substantive role
within the same region, excluding certain exceptions. That is actually crazy, because I was reading the comments on this and someone was saying, yeah, so if they, I think this applies to, I don't know how it would work in London boroughs, because London is just mad. There's so many boroughs within London, but like if you worked in, like, let's say Birmingham, Manchester, those city councils, or Oxfordshire, or wherever it might be, like they're saying you'd have to work there for a certain period before you can move on to another county council or council.
Is that what they're saying? Or are they saying that if you've worked, for example, in Redbridge for 3 months, you can't, and then you leave, you can't come back for 3 months?
Yeah.
That's already in play.
Is it in London boroughs?
It's for 6 months. Yeah.
For 6 months. So
yeah.
So if I leave where I am,
you can't come back for. Oh yeah, you can't come back.
I don't believe that.
If you live where you are as a perm,
okay, as a permanent member of staff,
you can't come back.
Okay.
No, agency as well.
But they're trying to do it as agency.
No, agency you can't come back.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a big fat lie. Do you know how many social workers I've seen are they're leaving in 2 weeks?
Unless they're desperate.
They're leaving in 2 weeks, and the manager be like, "Oh yeah, guys, guess who's coming back?"
Yeah, unless they're desperate. Because I know one of the local authorities I left. They said, I wasn't trying to come back anyway, but
they'll always say you can come back.
Rubbish?
I think you're chatting nonsense.
Nah, it's 6 months.
Somebody comment below, please.
Yeah, comment below. Honestly, because I feel like Greenwich, for example, you can't come back for 6 months, and Bexley you can't come back for 6 months.
Was you perm there?
Medway, no, Greenwich I wasn't perm. Medway, they say you can come back for 6 months. They say you can't, but they'll have you back because they need you.
100%. I think most places will. You can come back.
I don't know if that.
I haven't been to one thingy that will say to me, Rochelle, you can't come back, or we don't want you back. And I've seen other workers leave and then literally they're back. Oh yeah, guys.
Yes, so have I, but.
So how does that work?
Because these two local authorities, they're very anti-agency. And I do feel like they've said this. Well, not to me, but I've heard people say
they'll have you back.
No, that means you can't come back for 6 months if you want to come back.
Okay, but even still, like,
am I trying?
Yeah, I don't know. They need to comment. Someone leave us on our stress.
Honestly,
no, come and tell us.
Yeah, tell us. Yeah, because I don't know now. I can't remember now. I really can't. But
I'm just like, I don't know whether that's bad or whether that's good. Obviously, if you've left somewhere, then you've left for certain reasons or whatever. So why would you want to go back? But then equally, if they're really desperate, then why would they not have you
when
back?
They're desperate, they'll have you.
They'll have you back.
They'll have you back.
I'm telling you, I have met some.
They won't even remember what community care said. They'll have you back.
They'll override it.
They'll override it and have you back.
It's crazy, yeah, because this is just making me think about Pan London. Pan London sets out everything, but every local authority still makes up their own interpretation of that, and they'll still try and do nonsense. Pan London states this, Pan London states that. Everyone knows what Pan London states, but everyone's going to do what they want to do regardless. So yeah. I just think it's down to management discretion. I think it's down to local authorities' budgets. I think it's down to how well you know the management, how well you got on with them. There are some like
it's literally down to the needs of the service. That's
literally, they don't. I'm telling you, they do not care as long as those statistics are met.
Unless I'm getting it mixed up as if
you are. I think you're perm. I think it's if you're permanent. If you're permanent, because remember you're signing, okay, cool, you sign contracts from your agency, but your contract is like, really like, okay, in effect of 2 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway. The next thing they've said is... Wait. Huh? A requirement... So they've said a requirement for a minimum of 6 weeks notice for agency workers. So right now it's 1 week.
Is it 1 week?
Yeah.
2 weeks is grace, isn't it, if you really like them? I've always given 2 weeks, you know.
I always give them 2 weeks. But sometimes even a month. But actually it's a week.
It's a week's notice. I think
so. They have the local authority can ditch you to say to you to leave in a week, and you can tell them to leave that you're leaving in a week. But I'll give them more than that, to be honest. I'll give them like a month.
I just think that's just
as soon as
courteous. As soon as you know that you've accepted another job,
preparing,
exit and blah blah blah. I think it depends on the role. If it's like a MASH role, 2 weeks is enough. Even 1 week, to be honest. To be fair, in MASH, you're not holding cases, so I think even 2 days is enough.
In MASH.
Like, in MASH. A day is even enough in MASH because you should not have your cases from yesterday. So, but
other cases, you need to say goodbye to your family. Yeah, 6 weeks is a bit of a
6
stretch.
weeks is long.
At least give us 4 weeks. Like, managers...
6 weeks is a lot of time, you know.
No, that's bad, man, because permanent staff is 4 weeks. It's a month. Yeah, it's a month, and managers are 2 months.
That's what I'm saying.
So why is agency 6 weeks?
Because they're getting paid more money.
That means they'll bombard you for those 6 weeks. They want to
drop everything on your lap and
make sure you have time to clear it.
Every living thing. Okay, so what I've noticed is in long-term teams, I think it will have the worst impact when social workers leave you in a week. Because like you said, you need to wrap things up. I've seen some stuff on cases where there's been loads of different social workers coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. Like the case files are a tip.
Yeah, and I always make sure that my cases are tidy before I leave. Like, and I literally give a month. It was
I think a month is fair.
I'll give a month.
A month is fair.
I'll give him 2 weeks before though, but that one had to be 2 weeks because I said if this case is going to court, I am leaving. As soon as we had the meeting. They said court proceedings. I had to be out ASAP because I was not going to do no piece of paperwork for that. So I gave them 2 weeks, but otherwise I give like a month. When I'm quitting social work, I'm giving them 1 month.
When I'm quitting social work, I'm giving them a month is long.
A month is long.
A month is a long time.
No, maybe I'll give them 2.5 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Because what? Nah,
Because for 4
that's
weeks,
true. That's true.
We'll be here long
I'm
enough
in
for,
maths,
bruv.
different. Yeah, it's true.
This is my brain. I've made up my mind. This is my end date.
It's true.
Boom!
It's true. It's true. That's actually true.
Cut it!
Nah. What was I saying? Nonsense, nonentical.
The collection, I'll read this one. The collection and sharing of core agency and pay data to support better workforce planning and the ability to monitor, enforce and assess the impact of proposals. I honestly
I think they don't even know what that means. Let's be real.
I don't know what that means.
They don't know what that means. Let's be absolutely real.
That don't make no sense to me.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. I do not know. But this one, did you read that one?
No.
Read that one.
What one? First
the
one.
Second one.
National caps. Oh, this is even the important one.
It's the most important.
National price caps on what local authorities may pay per hour for locums. You cannot go any lower. What the bomb? Sorry. Crickets.
No, do you know what it says? Yeah, I'm just reading further down. It says the DfE says its aim would be to bring agency workers' pay more fairly in line with substantive workers' pay, with basic pay for locums being no more than the average for a permanent post. So then what is the point of having agency staff
and saying that I have to be 5 years? What is the difference? Where am I transitioning to after 5 years?
There would be no point. They would absolutely...
Basically, they want to scrap the agency social workers. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, they don't want agency workers. They want people to be permanent. But they, like we said, like, the needs... It's cost of living. It's cost of living crisis. Hello. Everything's gone up. Parents are struggling. Families are struggling. If you believe in God, the world is coming to an end at some point, okay? And it's just getting worse. Every need is, I believe, yeah? When I started social work, yeah, you had some bad mind stuff, you know? But now, it is worse. Every day, the needs are worse. What is it?
The pressure is
getting worse. Literally. And now it's just like, I'm looking at the cases like, huh? No. So
I think that's one of the most stupid things ever. Like, I don't know how we nearly missed that one.
But then, you wouldn't need agency staff. Because
agency wouldn't be a thing.
It wouldn't.
You might as well be permanent because there's so much advantages in permanent, including the pay. That's
literally
what for an extra.
So then, what they actually effectively need to do is increase the pay of their permanent staff. Mm-hmm. Okay, once you've increased the pay,
so everyone's happy.
Everyone will be happy, and then people will apply for permanent roles. They will stay there. There'll be more job satisfaction. They can take off leave. They can take off sick leave, but they're still getting paid. Yeah. And they're still getting paid a good enough amount of money. A, for them to survive this crisis that we're in. B, for them to be able to, like, you know, just pay for what they need to. And actually, because we have to be a qualified profession, we should be paid in a good way, I believe.
100%. But the problem is, for us agency social workers right now, personally, I can't go any lower. So if it's what they want to propose and they tell me that I'm going to start getting paid £20 an hour, I might as well go and do...
we might as well go do NHS.
Care work and... support working.
Look out for NHS, I'm sorry. Yeah, but seriously, you might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Like, so I think what people probably want to know is if this will make us not be agency. Essentially, yeah. Because if there's no agency, there's no social work for me. Like, I don't understand. I might as well carry my handbag and believe in instantly.
And I think that will be the mindset of many people. Like, agency, being an agency, you spoke about some of your videos.
Go and do project management. Go and do go and do something else.
Something totally different. Because at this rate, it's like, what is the perks of me now being a social worker? What am I actually getting from this job that I give so much of my time to, that makes me stressed, that makes me have ill health, that makes me have poor mental health, that makes me miss time with my family and my child? What am I actually getting? Yes, people are in it because they love the work that they do, but equally we need to love our pockets too.
Period. And we need to earn a living and pay for things that we need to do and pay for things outside of work that will make us happy in our job. Like, it's not making sense. The math isn't mathing
at all.
So
DFE.
They need to rethink that one. I think for people that are currently perm, if they think, oh, I need to go agency just to earn a little bit more, if they're not certain about moving to agency now, they're not going to do it then. Let's be real, because they're still going to be getting a sick pay, annual leave, and the stability that keeps them there, and earning that like maybe £100, £200 more. It's not going to make them go agency. So essentially, they actually just want to scrap agency.
Yeah, just scrap it
without saying it. That's literally it. But that's our view on this video, on this topic, guys. That's literally it. How we feel about it, and it's a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. Social work will come crashing down. The country, the issues within the country, in this very dark profession. It's such a, and I keep like repeating that, it's such a dark profession, because recently I've been seeing so much stuff in my caseload and more related to sexual abuse, and I just think I'm just absorbing all of the stuff in my being, and it's just too much. And but when you get paid, it's like, okay, cool, let me use my money to do external things that takes your mind off. Whereas that money's not going to exist anymore. So then what's the point?
Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below what you guys think. Let's hear what you guys actually think, honestly, because I'm not even crying about it. They can do what the heck they want to do, but I just think it's a very terrible proposal. It's dumb. It's actually dumb. Like, if I didn't care about the families we work with and whatever, I won't be against it. It will be like, do what you want to do, but it's going to have a huge impact on the families we work with. Because agency workers, we work hard. We actually work hard.
No, we do.
We actually work harder than a lot of permanent staff. Like, not saying permanent staff don't do their thing, they do, but agency social workers, we have to work consistently hard, because we need to keep our job, and we do a lot for these families. But if that's what they want to do, then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you follow I Am Shells, and follow Shells on Instagram, and yeah, hit that subscribe and like the video as well, so this video can go everywhere, and so people can, you know, share their views as well in the comments. Peace out. Bye.
Your blooper. It's not good to record when you come on, guys, because basically you just don't have the energy. The energy's not energy, and your back hurts, your belly hurts, your tummy hurts, your breast hurts, your back hurts.
Bloated and uncomfortable.
Literally.